You're early. No matter. You've timed it well. The sun's beginning to soften. The others will be arriving shortly, I'd imagine. I could show you around the house if you like. Well, the house still belongs to us alone. My wife Anne is inside, lightly putting the final word on the flower arrangements. She's always had an eye better than mine, certainly, and she insists that no table is truly set until there's a bloom at its centre. Right, follow me. If you look up, right, even the ceilings are taken to botany. Ferns, wattles, all manner of fruit in this room and others around the house. As a long-time governor of the Botanic Garden, I've always believed nature doesn't stop at the doorstep. And our Botanic Garden is not a luxury, but a necessity. For it awakens the mind, instructs the people and reminds us that prosperity must be accompanied by enlightenment. As you can see, this is the library. I like to think of it as the place where stories are stored, whereas this house is the place where stories are made. Both for me, our family, and those who come to visit. You know, I've read books in here, I've read papers, parliamentary papers, all manner of things. Books by the greatest minds in all of the empire. But words, however fine, are only part of the story. Let me show you where the real stories are made, where the real decisions in this place are made. Now here is the battlefield, the state dining room, deals forged over roast lamb, ministries made and unmade between courses. I've always believed, you know, that more gets done at the table than in the house. If the walls and the curtains could talk, a decanter of good wine and a touch of warmth, people stop declaiming and start listening. That's where leadership begins, isn't it? And once we've fed the minds and the bellies, well, then we let the music do the rest. The ballroom, Adelaide's unofficial embassy of delight. I'll let you into a little secret though. Come a little bit closer. As the evening grows merry, I switch the clock forward to a little bit before midnight. Guests lose track of time, but they gain a night to remember. We've always worked hard here. Roads, rail, governance. But I'd argue, we've also learned how to celebrate well. It's important, don't you think, to know joy. This desk has seen more than its share. Arguments, strategies, heartbreaks, triumphs, 7 terms running a colony, not by shouting louder, no, but by staying at the table long after others had gone home. I chased stability, not glory. We laid down tracks for trains, yes, but also for ideas. The Telegraph reached us last year. Next year, our own university. No longer must we send every bright young mind away. Not our sons, and I'm proud to say, not our daughters either. Now come, before I go too philosophical, let me show you something a little more full-bodied. Every house should have one of these. It ought to be the law. The bottles in there from Clare are young, spirited, full-bodied, ambitious, rather like the colony itself, I would say. And here's the thing, we're not just a mining state anymore, are we? Of course, the monster mine has been very helpful in supporting the state through challenging times. But there's culture here now. There's ambition. Even a little theatre. I won't take you through there. There's Anne's and my room through there. We've shared a lot of our lives publicly, but that door, that's ours. I'm sure you understand that some privacy is warranted. And we won't go upstairs either. That's where the children had their bedrooms before they grew up and moved away. Except dear little Sydney, of course. No parent should ever have to have buried one of their children. No parent. I suppose I should think us lucky, because so many have lost so many more than that. But even one is more than any parent can bear. Right, this way. You know, this house isn't ours alone, not just Anne's and mine. In a way, it belongs to South Australia, and perhaps when we're gone and history casts its eyes back, it will speak to a family who tried in earnest to help build something lasting. Oh, can you hear that? I think the rest of the guests are beginning to arrive. We should return to the dining room. Hopefully there's still a spare seat for us, yes, and I suspect still a story or two waiting to be told.